Hi, friends.
I got a tan line.
Ooh, you're looking good. You got your
Can you
tan.
see it?
Yeah, show me. Oh, nice. Hey, how's that sushi feeling? You feel like holding it down? Nice.
Okay. I'm still a little hungry though.
Okay, go get a snack. I'll be off in a few minutes. I literally just started.
I know. I
Hi.
heard you say hi, friends.
Hi, friends. Hi, friends. We have kids home from school.
Look how strong I look in the thing.
Yeah, you do look strong. Lex wants you to see her one strong arm. She's in a bathing suit. She's not showing anything else, but strong
Me
arm.
and Lex, you're sick. She threw up 14 times.
She did. Yeah, she threw up a lot.
In the car.
Yeah, in the car. Anyways, all right, you guys go do that, and I'll. Anyways, I was gonna be on earlier, but hence the throwing up, picking a kid up early from school and puking. But you're feeling better right now. She actually just got out of the pool, so.
I'm not getting a headache.
Oh no. Okay, go get some water and have popsicles in the freezer.
Okay.
Okay, love you. Try the popsicle.
Okay. Can I take a shower first?
Yeah, okay. Go for it. Unless you feel dizzy, then don't take a shower. Real life. How'd my walk go? I got disconnected from the walk because I kept getting a phone call, and I was like, it's a Puerto Rican number, and I was like, maybe it's like somebody from the school. So I answered it. Sure enough, Lola was throwing up at school, so got her. And then she threw up in the car on the way home, and she took what she said, and I quote, was the best nap of her life. And new sheets, new everything, new nap. She then wanted sushi, which I was like, so we just did it with crab, so it's not like any raw meat. And you know, if somebody's sick but they're willing to eat, got them some sushi. And she's held it down now for over an hour. So maybe it was a fluke thing. Maybe she had a Lunchable this morning. Maybe it was not good. I don't know. I checked it. We still had the carton in the car because, you know, she ate it on the way to school. And I checked the date. It wasn't expired. So I don't know what happened. But I loved doing a prayer walk with you guys. Would you guys like to do that more often? I've never done them. I honestly don't feel like I'm a good out loud prayer. Do you know what I mean? Or definitely not a good out loud singer, but just like kind of an on the spot, like, oh, I don't want to do this wrong or say something offensive, or somebody feels like I should have prayed a different way. But honestly, I just felt so heavy in my heart, and I was like, I'm gonna go and pray today, and maybe this just will like help encourage somebody. I didn't go live yesterday, and I told a friend, I was like, I just feel like I can't. Like, there's been so many tragedies and so many, I just feel like weepy and sad and confused, and I don't think I was cut out to like handle all the stuff I'm hearing about lately. And she goes, well, you're really good at encouraging people, so maybe, you know, you could just do that. And I was like, well, there is. I do love doing that. So anyways, all right, today is the last day of the Beautiful You deal. So you can use my code Courtney Swann to save 15%. You can do a subscription to save an extra 10%. So it's 25% off of site-wide of all their products. And then if you spend $99, you get a $25 gift card. So anyways, Trim Fit and Greens. I started getting a headache about an hour ago. Everybody in our house has had like a horrible migraine headache, puking kind of thing. Something weird. Beta was snotty, but never had fever. A little snotty coffee. Anyways, we've been going on like 2 weeks of just feeling like at least one person has been feeling weird. And then today, I'm like, I wouldn't call it a migraine, but I definitely have a headache. So I'm hoping maybe a little caffeine helps. I might even take Tylenol. I don't really take medicine. I don't know. I just feel like our bodies are so good to like take care of themselves. So it feels like when I walk, my brain's like jiggling around a little bit. So, shaky, shaky, shaky. Shouldn't shake hard, shake less. I will definitely be praying for you to get a job. I pray that it's better than your last job. Better everything, better people, better money, better all of it. That's that is just the great thing about God, is he can just take like something that you feel. I gave Adam a scenario the other day. I don't know if I've ever shared this story, so I'm going to just share it with you now. I might not get super ready today. I have to walk in to get her, and I just like to not be in sweatpants. Not really because I care what the teacher, there's just a lot of people, and I'm like, okay, I'd like to look at least a little bit put together. I put a bra on. We're that far into getting ready today. So I told Adam, a long time ago, there was a house I really wanted. This was before I met him. We had been in a house that had fleas really bad, like awful. We had possums living in our air conditioning units, and we couldn't figure out why. We didn't have animals at the time, and why we had so many. I looked like I had a disease. I had flea bites all over my body. I was pregnant with Lexi Kate. I just looked like all over. You could see them hopping when you'd walk on our carpet. It was just like an infestation. We had bugs sprayed like every couple days. They were coming out and just spraying poison through our house, which also one of my friends was sitting in the floor putting together, helping with the bookshelf for the new baby's room, which was Lexi, and she ended up getting half paralyzed on one side and had to go through like detoxification therapies and all kinds of stuff because she had, not paralyzed, but she couldn't feel. Like she got too much exposure, right, to pesticides and had a reaction. We just had a ridiculous amount of pesticides, so I really wanted out of that house. I went to change an air filter, and there was a mama and 2 baby possums in the middle of my hallway behind an air filter going, shh. Scared me to death. I ran outside. At this point, Lexi had just been born. I ran outside in my underwear with a tank top on, postpartum, with a baby and a toddler. And that is how I got in my car and did not go back inside until somebody could deal with it. I just sat, I sat in that car. We drove around town in my underwear, and I just literally was like, if I get pulled over, I nursed the baby in the car, I grabbed what we needed. I was terrified. So we found our flea problem, right? But I really wanted this house. A friend of ours had a house for rent, and it was better than our house. It was a little outside of our budget, but we could have probably afforded it, but hoping to make it work. I remember going through their house. They were going to leave some of their furniture. At that time, we'd already filed bankruptcy. We'd lost all our furniture. We'd lost our cars. We had not much like to call our own. And I remember thinking like, this would be amazing, because they were going to leave like their old couch and like do you remember those ladder shelves that leaned up against the wall? They were going to leave that. And I was like, I've always wanted one of these. I remember calling my mama and just being like, please pray this works out, right? And I just wanted it to work out. Long story short, they decided to stay, and they weren't going to rent their house out anymore. And obviously we didn't get the house because they weren't going to rent it out. I just remember being like devastated. And when I say this house, this was not like a fancy house whatsoever. This was definitely a very used by, she had 5 kids, couch, but it was a couch, and I was so excited. And it kind of felt like a dream died. And I just felt sad, and I just felt like God did not see me, and that I really wanted this, and I prayed for it, and it didn't happen, yada, yada, yada. So then you fast forward years, like a year, and we do move to a house, which was so cute, in a better location, still a rental, but a nice house. And then we moved to another rental when I was pregnant with Lola, and had that. Then after my divorce, I moved to a tiny little house that wasn't anything special, but we made it our own. And then over the years, I have just gotten to see, but I just thought, like, in my mind at that time, that was the best I could see for myself. That was the best I could see for my life. Not getting that felt like my life was, I know this sounds traumatic, but I called my mama, like, sobbing, feeling like God just doesn't see or care, you know, and that we need out of this other situation and it isn't happening and whatever. But what I couldn't see is God was like, if you sign this contract here, you might be here for years because you think this is the best for you. But that was not the best for me, right? So that's what I pray for your job or for other things. And I just can't help but look like at what I thought I really wanted, which was like this little rental with a 5-year-old used couch and a ladder up against the wall and not in a good area of town, far away from what we did. And that is what I wanted. That was what my vision was, that I was so devastated. Like I wanted it so bad. And now I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, Lord, like, thank you that your vision is bigger than mine, you know? Thank you that we don't have an infestation of fleas. Like, thank you that you provided, you know? But sometimes when we are like, why didn't this work out? Or why didn't that job or this house or this thing? Or sometimes I've gone from nicer to like when we moved into the little house on our own, that was next door to the halfway house, that my papa had to come kill rats every morning. That was really awful. They were in our basement. We had like an issue with them getting in and out because we lived downtown, you know? But then I moved in across the street from Adam, crying and begging God for a husband. Felt like I am so grateful, but I feel like I'm living this life so alone. Will I ever know love? And my very husband was living across the street and I just hadn't met him yet, you know? So anyways, I want to read a scripture to you today because this is a good one. If you don't have it highlighted in your Bible, it's just a good one. So you have probably heard this 1,000 times if you have grown up in the church. But if you have not, or maybe you have grown up in the church and you just have forgotten, right? But I want to read this to you. This is in Jeremiah. It's one of my favorite verses. I used to have this in Christian's nursery, but it is Jeremiah 29:11. And it is, for I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Plans for your well-being, not for disaster, to give you future and hope. You will call me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you search for me with your whole heart. I will be founded by you. This is the Lord's declaration to you. And I will restore your fortunes and gather you from all the nations and places where I banished you. This is the Lord's declaration. I will restore you to the place from which I deported you. A lot of other verses will say it maybe a little bit different, like, for I know the plans not to harm you, to give you hope in the future, you know, but whatever it is that you're going through today, whether it's anything similar to those stories, I do believe God has good things for us. And if we seek him with our whole heart, we'll find him. And I think that's where sometimes I've gotten conflicted, because I felt like, God, I was seeking you with my whole heart. I wanted this. But it's like that picture of, you know, like you wanted a flower really bad, but God had like a bouquet of flowers behind his back for you. And you're like, please just give me just that one. I'll be so happy. But he's like, I have so much more. So good. I want to talk about something I was influenced by that's disgusting. This. Saw an influencer talk about how it is amazing. It is the best protein bar she has ever had. It's a protein brownie. She said it tasted like a real brownie. You can go to my Costco. This is called the Alavi, or by Alavi, protein brownie. There's no way this woman's telling the truth. I took a bite of this today. I mean, I guess if I took like cereal boxes and put them with chocolate protein powder and blended it with water in my blender and then cooked it, maybe that's what it tastes like. I hate this one. This is what I despise. I take it very personally. I try a lot of things. Some things I don't talk about. If I don't like it, I'm definitely not sharing it. If I love it, I am telling you I love it, and you can bet your bottom dollar you're gonna go to the Costco and don't look for this. You're gonna look for it, and you're gonna try it and you're gonna be like, Courtney Swann was right. This was amazing. I think it is so important that if you're gonna tell somebody, like I would at least tell you, hey, you're trying to get your protein in. Costco has these bars. They're kind of gross, but you could probably swallow them down if you mix an organic gummy bear and a bite of it at the same time. It's not as awful. And this will help you get in 11 grams of protein. But to say this is the best thing and you can't even tell it is a protein brownie and that it tastes for real, lies, lies, lies. On the other hand, these Grenaditas, they are kind of amazing for an organic gummy. If I had my eyes closed and no one told me it was organic, I wouldn't know. I do like these. Shout out to Black Forest, who has no idea who I am, but they're USDA. But the only way I've been scoffing down this disgusting protein bar that I bought 2 boxes of because I thought they were going to be amazing. And I'm like, great, now what am I going to do with 2? And none of my kids are eating them. They're like, ugh. So this is how you do it. You take a gummy and you just pinch off whatever you can handle. Because we're not wasting food. And you eat it with your gummy bear. And it's not that bad. It's actually, with the gummy bear, tolerable. And that's how you can get protein in your diet. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I just got a bad one. Does anybody like these? Like, how did they land a Costco partnership? Unless you do it this way. Which, I could tolerate it. Yeah, so there you go. That's my diet tip for the day. All right, let's get ready. Yeah, don't lie to me about how food tastes. Or anything. Like, at least let me know what's going on. Like, hey, this is cheap, but for the money, it's great. Or this was expensive, but it's worth every penny. Like, or, I don't know. I just feel like there should be some sort of like, something to, if you're gonna say it's the best ever, you shouldn't throw that out lightly. Maybe because that's my rule. I'm like, I'm not throwing out it's the best ever unless I'm like dreaming about it. Ooh, that's a good idea. Take that unopened box back to Costco. I really don't mind it with the gummy bear. So I think I might, I don't love it. I should take it back. I hate doing a return. I would almost rather just eat a box of them, each bar with a pack of gummies, than I would doing a return. Does anybody else hate to do returns? Ugh, hate them. I just don't like returns. You can return it even if you opened it? Oh, I did not know that. You'd give them away and say, I didn't like it, but you might. Yeah, I know. And I'm not a picky either. That's when you're like, huh. But it's because we're all trying to get this protein in. It's so funny. Maybe she really liked it. There's no way. There's no way this could be the best thing she's ever eaten and tastes just like a brownie. Or maybe she's never had a real brownie. But I've had a lot of real brownies in my life, and it for sure does not taste like a real brownie. Maybe she's never had a real brownie. She's in really good shape, so she might not. Okay, they're still out of stock in Foundation Pro here. Sorry, friends, but one day, hopefully, they come back with it. They're gonna iguana feed. I have no idea. I do try and feed our iguanas berries, and I get so sad. There are people who do kill the iguanas here. They are an invasive species. They're killing the coqui frogs, is what everybody says. But people will go, not really I guess here too, but people, oh, that's a, huh, the back still stayed on. I'll put that back on. But I get so sad because I'm over here trying to give them, like, if I have like watermelon rinds or I leave a little extra and I put it outside for them, and people are just getting rid of the iguanas, and I'm over here trying to feed them. I can see an iguana from across the street right now. There's a big guy. There's two of them. I wonder if I can zoom in. There's a big guy who lives in that field across the street from me. I can see him walking. Speaking of iguanas, they're like, can you see them? Oh, the little one's getting with the big one. There's three. They're huge. Look at how far away we are. They are big fellas. Anyways, I could actually zoom in and show iguanas all day, but speaking of iguanas, I like them. They probably hang out around here because I do throw out, like, specifically right here where you're like, they'll come eat them and I can watch them. Beta likes them. They're great unless you get snuck up on by an iguana and you didn't expect it, and it will scare you to death. Okay, Lavender Blue, they extended that code. I thought it was until yesterday, but it was until Monday, so sorry about that. But if you got paid today and you wanted 40% off Lavender Blue, use the code Swann. They extended that all the, I can't find my ear hole. I can't see that far from my phone either, so these are from Lavender Blue. They're really cute. My earring back, though, is like a old earring back and it's loose. So I went on my beach walk this morning. Then I got a call while I was on my prayer walk with you guys. So I hopped off to answer. It was Lola. She was sick. Go and get her. Then make it home. Have to clean up all the stuff. You know, she got sick in the car. She got sick in her bed. Had to change her sheets. Had to get her like a new puke bucket. All the things. She took her nap. Then Christian was like, can you get in the pool with me? And Lexi has been home from school and not feeling good for days, but I told her she hasn't been outside at all. And I was like, it might be a good idea for you to get outside and get a little bit of sunshine. So they're like, get in the pool. And it was about 1,000 degrees. So I got in the pool, and this is just pool hair. So it's not washed, it's not conditioned. It was just like me laying in the shallow end while we were hanging out. And so it's just fluffy. It's just fluffy hair. Oh, mercy. I gotta get what am I doing? I'm just like chatting. I have to go in 10 minutes. Load them up. Gosh. This is why. Oh, you mean no harm, but they need protein too. Well, are they allowed to have chocolate? Like, I know dogs can't have chocolate. But if they're allowed to have it, I'll share. He's so big. Let me see one more time, and we really will be fast. This is my favorite. I've never gotten close enough because he won't let me, but he is so big. Do you see him right there? He's eating something right now. He is the biggest of all of them. He is probably, if you were up, we're far away. He is like, not exaggerating. His body is like about this part of my leg. He is just so massive, and he is long. He is just so big. We call him Big Fella. And there are sometimes peacocks over there, but they just got a new fence. And it's really kept the peacocks where they're supposed to belong, which has been very disappointing to me. But, anyways, all right. I have so much filming. They just came out with all of the holiday filming. They said you can submit it starting the 15th, which I feel like is soon, because September 11th is yesterday, Kyson's birthday, my nephew. So it's what, 4 days from now? They're like, let it be as festive as it can be. I don't have a tree up. I do not have a Christmas sweater. I don't have a Santa hat. Like, I have not done a good job at getting ready for filming for holiday season. I wasn't really terrified. I'm only terrified if they sneak up on me. And even the frogs sometimes, and lizards, like the baby lizards, sneak up on me. They don't scare me because they're not like aggressive. And I think they're cute. I would like to be friends with them. My neighbor growing up, he had an iguana and I just thought it was the coolest thing. And his iguana was, he just kind of laid there and like, you know, but he would, when he was shedding, we would take tweezers and like help peel his little scales, and it was the most satisfying. I loved going to my neighbor's house. It was like peeling I was probably 11. It was like peeling a sunburn or something satisfying. It was amazing. But these guys, they are not domesticated, and they for sure will not let me even get close to them. I also love to watch the birds. The only thing that does scare me, there's like a lot of them over there today. I have no idea what's going on. The only thing that scares me is there's caimans here, like caiman crocodiles. They aren't huge, they're small. They're like a small breed. But we like had one in our neighborhood randomly. We don't have a pond in our neighborhood, nothing. There's just like a caiman, like right down the street. Like you could see it from our house. I couldn't see it, we were out of town, but people were sending pictures and our house was in the background, and I thought, it has never even occurred to me, like there could be a caiman outside. I'm not from Florida. I did not take these in, I should. Gut health, trying to heal my gut, probiotics. This is the new Geosculpt Pomifera. I almost tipped myself over. I'm gonna show you a flop. And we're gonna use one of those little, well, the other one's in my purse because I've been using it. The Hue Hydrator, use the code CHEERS for 35% off. It is like a jelly lip gloss, really beautiful color. Yeah, so we don't have like a huge, there are no poisonous snakes here, so that's good. But they do have like Puerto Rican boa constrictors. This is just so my hair doesn't smell like a pool. It is the Back Together Split and Sealer, and it helps with frizz. And because I didn't condition or anything, I just want it to not look fuzzy or smelly. Fuzzy or, it's not like really stinky. It's just like, it doesn't smell great, you know? It's just when you've been out. I went on a walk this morning and then I got in the pool, so it might actually be stinky. Okay, mascara. Not anymore. Like, who dat? It's me. So I called my nephew last night, and it's his birthday. And I was like, hey, are you busy? He's like, no, why? He's 14. It was his 14th birthday. And I was like, okay, get ready. He's like, what for? And I was like, 14 questions. You can earn $10 every one you get right. And we will have a bonus question for $25. And so, anyways, so I asked him questions like, I had ChatGPT, which is one of my favorite things, come up with, I was like, give me 14 questions and a bonus question for a 14-year-old boy for his birthday for fun trivia questions. And it did not disappoint. It asked questions like, what was the favorite food of the Teenage Ninja Turtles? What, and so like if he got it right, he got $10. If he did not get it right, one of them, you know, it asked questions like, what is the largest ocean in the world, you know, and things like that. And so, but it was really, really fun. You don't really have to do it for money, but I don't live there. And obviously I'm going to get him a gift. And so he's wanted money. So that was kind of a fun way for us to do just like money. But if you haven't done like a little trivia game lately, it was really fun. This outfit's really cute. It is a denim jacket that I've had for a minute. I actually love to wear it over sleeveless dresses because I don't always love my arms showing, or at least like to have something. Sometimes I'm fine with it and then I get intimidated. So it's a good little fall jacket if you like a girly fall jacket. He got 11 right. 2, I felt like were too hard and I had not previewed them previously, and I was like, we're gonna give you 2 new questions. So he got 2, so technically he got 16 questions and he got 11 right. Bracelets are lavender blue. This necklace is Anthropology, and then these little guys, they're just like thin, and I've been wearing them just to have something on and kind of haven't been taking them off. Those I got from Amazon. Yes, it's a shacket. That's the right word. How do you like my shacket? I'm gonna take my trim fit with me, my gummy snacks, my brownie. What is something that you thought you would love based on being influenced, whether it was from a friend or someone online, and you got it in and you hated it? Does that ever happen to you? This also happened to me recently with a pair of red shoes. They looked so cute on the girl. They came in, they were like woven red shoes. There is no way it was the same thing she had on, or if it was, I don't know what she did, but she had it paired with leopard pants. It looked so cute. I got them in, they were this wide. I looked like I had clown feet. I was like, what kind of shoe is this? Anyways. Crazy. Okay, I'm gonna show you the outfit. These are just my most like frequently worn. They're those H&M jeans. I wear them all the time. They are so comfortable. They just feel great on. And then this is a little like Peter Pan. I couldn't find the tank, but I linked a little Peter Pan kind of collar top, but it's kind of just like slightly crop. And then this little like denim on denim, which I think is really adorable. You also could wear this like kind of tucked in or whatever, and wear it like truly a denim on denim outfit, which I'm really here for this season. But this is kind of like, it's hot where we live, wear a jacket, hot where we live, wear a jacket. That's what I've got going on. Hey, here you go. Here's my little mom fit. I'm gonna go get the only one who's still in school because she's not sick, thankfully. And I'm gonna go get her and walk in and be like, hi, how are you? I try and say hi to 3 people. Not like, because I realized no one ever says hi to me, and it's like, well, maybe it's because you don't say hi to anyone. So when I moved here, I decided I do it on my walks. I met a girl named Emma and her husband Ramon today on my walk back to the car. Like, I do it on my walks, I do it when we go to school, and I try and do it at church. And I try to say hi or introduce myself to 3 people. So just think it's a nice thing to do. And if no one says hi to me, it won't be because I did not say hi. So if you're trying to learn how to be a grown-up at 36 too, that's a good tip. That's a good daily tip. Also, I'm 3 days late. My test's still negative, so I haven't started. I don't know what's going on, but this is total hormone balance. It helps balance your hormones. I'm also gonna get a hormone panel ran here soon after Adam gets back in town, because I didn't have time to be able to do it while he's out of town. But I took another test today because I was like, I'm 3 days late. Maybe I am pregnant, but I'm not. So anyways, but when I do start, I don't want to feel in Greece, so that's why I'm taking that. Anyways, I hope you have the best weekend. The Beautiful You sale ends today, so if you want the $25 gift card, go grab it. Lavender Blue extended that until Monday, so you can get 40% off there. And if you have questions about anything else or need links for anything else, you can always just send me a message. So anyways, cheers. Have a great day.